From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Wednesday, August the 2nd, 2017. An Israeli man was critically injured in a terror attack today in the central Israeli city of Yavne, which is south of Tel Aviv. The man, an employee at a local supermarket, was repeatedly stabbed by a Palestinian teenager who also reportedly worked at the store. The victim is said to be 43 years old. He tried to fight off the terrorist but suffered multiple wounds to the chest, neck, and head, and was given emergency treatment at the scene and then rushed to Kaplan Medical Center in the nearby city of Rehovot, where doctors are trying to save his life. The terrorist tried to flee the scene but was tackled to the ground by several Israeli bystanders who held him until police arrived. He was later identified as 19-year-old Ismail Ibrahim Ismail Abu Aram from the West Bank village of Yatta, which is outside of Hebron. In a separate incident this afternoon, a Palestinian woman approached IDF soldiers stationed near the Etzion Junction in the West Bank with a knife. The troops held up their guns and told the woman to stop, which she did, throwing the knife to the ground. She was arrested and handed over to the Shin Bet, Israel's security agency, for questioning. Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas held an unusual meeting yesterday with representatives from Hamas. We had reported to you that Abbas was said to have begun talks with the terror group, which is a rival faction to Abbas's Fatah party. Hamas controls Gaza while Fatah rules Palestinians in the West Bank. And Abbas hosted a delegation from Hamas at his offices in Ramallah yesterday, reportedly in an effort towards a possible reconciliation between the two groups. A man known as the Bookkeeper of Auschwitz has been declared fit to serve his prison sentence. The now 96-year-old Oscar Groening was an accountant at the Auschwitz-Birkenau death camp, where he sorted and counted the money taken from those murdered there and sent it back to his Nazi superiors in Berlin. In July of 2015, Groening was found guilty of being an accessory to the murders of 300,000 people at the death camp and was sentenced to 4 years in prison. But due to his age and health, he had been living at home awaiting an appeal, and it was not clear if he would actually serve any jail time at all. At the time of his conviction, Groening did ask for forgiveness, saying there was no question he had made himself morally complicit, but that it was up to the court to decide if he was guilty of a crime. Well, today, German prosecutors in the state of Hanover said that a court doctor deemed Groening able to serve his sentence on condition that he get the appropriate medical care while incarcerated. It is still unclear when that sentence will begin. The Israeli-French satellite aimed at helping farmers around the world has successfully launched into space. Venus, which is Israel's first environmental satellite and the world's smallest satellite, lifted off from the Space Center of French Guiana early this morning. It is a shared project of the Israel Space Agency and the French Space Agency, providing data for scientists who study the environment and provide valuable information regarding vegetation for about 2.5 years. The satellite will be operated from ground facilities in Tel Aviv and Haifa in Israel, as well as from Toulouse in France and Kiruna in Sweden. A new museum in Portugal will tell the story of Portuguese Jews. The New York Jewish Week reports that construction will soon begin on the Jewish Museum of Lisbon in the city's ancient quarter of Alfama, once a thriving Jewish community. Museum director Esther Muchnick said much of what people think about Portuguese and Spanish Jews focuses on the Inquisition. She said what is less known is the contribution that Jews made before and after the time, which she said is one of the main purposes of the new museum. And Israel's National Library has launched a massive online database of tens of thousands of digitized Jewish manuscripts collected from around the world, including from collections of the British Library, the Parma's Palatina Library, and the Vatican Library. As of today, they are now in one place, digitized and cataloged for scholars and the general public to access online. And taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Wednesday, August the 2nd. At 7 o'clock, authors Mati Friedman and Nicole Krauss discuss writing about Israel. At 8, more from the American Jewish Committee's Global Forum with remarks from U.S. National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster. Then at 8:30, Executive Director of the AJC, David Harris, offers concluding remarks to the forum with a call to action. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with Stephen Ludson, a charter member of the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Council, on his life work of preserving the memory of the Holocaust. That's on L'Chaim. At 10, a look at identity and pluralism from Limud FSU. And coming up right after this newscast tonight, it's Thinking Out Loud with Micah Halpern. And that's the JBS News Update for Wednesday, August the 2nd, 2017. I'm Teisha Bader.